welcome to a brand new video. Today we are doing a comparison between a 2011 WWF branded 2mm official Figures Inc. Winged Eagle belt and a 2022 4.2mm acid etched HD belt. Let's go and compare these two. So first we'll look at the Figures Inc. belt. Obviously this one is to 2011, so it is branded with a WWF symbol. So I believe it was the Figures Inc. deal where it kind of changed to the WW symbol. So you can sort of see, obviously these plates aren't very detailed because it is a cast replica. It's either cast or stamped. I'm not exactly sure how Figures Inc. did theirs back in the day, because obviously these ones are only, you can sort of see they're 2mm thick. So obviously the detail's going to be very shallow on these ones. So got that world banner there, which is just stamped. There's no relief piece or anything on this one. You can sort of see the wings there, they're not sharp or anything. Got the wrestlers, which again, very, very plain. That's what you get with a cast replica. You got that Canadian maple leaf. Get those stars through there. Wrestling champion banner. Globes. There's the main globe there. With the eagle. The painted heavyweight banner. You can see sort of obviously the depth there. It's not incredible. And here obviously you've got those detached sidebars, which are a completely separate bar. It's just bolted to the plate. And you got these side plates. Again, we'll just have a look at that detail. You can see there, it's barely a millimetre. Maybe half a millimetre. Way through there. There you go, eh? Notice there is a tiny little bit of aging on these plates. A bit of spotting. Tarnishing and stuff. There's the symbol there. All the way through. And the champion plate, which is actually the same on the Classic Shields one. Is the same thickness. Is that 2mm belt tip. Obviously back in the day they used to just take the backing material and just cut it out and sew it to the front to make it look like a snap box. Obviously got that that bubbly sort of vinyl. Of course, it's obviously sewn together. Got a little bit of detail on the stamping, but nothing close to what you would have with leather, real leather. Another one of those snap boxes. This one over and show you the back. There's the back there. Now the backing, of course these screws here are the holding the sidebars on. There's the official 2011. So this was obviously, they'd changed to World Wrestling Entertainment by that point, well and truly. But they were still producing the WWF block logo because they were only prevented from using the scratch logo at the time, which they had to then edit out of their broadcasts. But eventually were allowed to use that symbol again, as long as no new footage was produced after the settlement of the court case in 2002. So hence they were allowed to use this block logo for a little while. Obviously up until the Figures Inc. deal kind of fizzled out in 2013 or 14 possibly. So yeah, that's the back there. Flip it over. We'll see if we can get some sort of comparisons going here. There, obviously you can see the difference in those plates. Try to overlap them so you can sort of really see. Obviously the gold being different. The WWF logo there. And the other one is, obviously the lack of depth. Got those wings, the depth of the HD, and then obviously the depth of a cast. But you won't obviously get that detail on a cast replica because it has to go into resin mold. So you just get little tiny little lines. Just get that little bit more sort of in the depth. Sort of more like a multi-depth rather than more like a singular depth. You can see the Figures Inc. is more of everything's kind of one or two depths, whereas something like this is obviously very deep in the starburst and then very shallow in the wings. See there, even those side plates. That's probably a good shot there. It's almost like a sort of like a brass. I think these are made out of some sort of brass. So you got the WWF there. WWF. And obviously just that depth there. How much protrusion you got there on that depth, and then this one you got hardly anything. And with the next side plate you got that incredible depth on a HD acid etch, and then cast replica you got that. Same in the main plate, like look at a detail like a Canadian maple leaf. You look there, it's sort of almost cartoon-like, like they kind of had to kind of just sketch out the details, and that's what they kind of ended up going with. Wrestling champion, obviously incredible depth, and no depth at all, just flat with paint. The eagle. How he looks there. How detailed he is there. A good way to show is sort of right there, the edge of the wings onto the flat spot there. And you'll go over here. Same area, it's just about flat. Just there, that's the depth change there. That to that. And these symbols are virtually very similar. It's just the space between the two W's is basically just a bit more pronounced on the figures than it is on the CS. Obviously you got that depth on the lettering there. You look at the figs and it's just flat. You can see right there the depth of the thickness of the plate. You look at that and they're very similar. There to that. Could be like maybe another millimeter, but very close. See them right there. Obviously the tooling difference. You got tooling around the logo plate, and just hardly any tooling on the figs. Still got the shell tooling. So obviously on leather it's going to be very detailed. And then on the figs one, almost just like a giant stamp that probably has them all stitched together, whereas these ones are done by hand and individually all the way along. So let's see it there a bit closer. There's those symbols. Even there you can see the sharpness of the wings. So the figures is quite blunt, whereas the CS is quite sharp. See the thickness difference in the plates. And obviously these bars on the figures are very thin, and also not attached. Whereas there. If I can do this, there they are attached. And they are not attached. See the figures inks I have given it a bit of a bend to make it a little more curved. And all in all, there's a massive difference between those plates. Completely different. Snap count's still the same. Both ends, similar belt tips. So that one's 2-piece, this one's 1-piece. But yeah, that's my review of a acid etched belt versus a cast replica of the Winged Eagle. Both obviously based on the all gold version. Obviously the figures ink looks real brass looking because it probably is made out of brass. But yeah, that is my review. One last look there. Thank you for watching.